What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We are entering Volume 3 of the Fandom Forum, and today we're going to be talking about One Piece. Now, One Piece is a manga and popular anime created by Ichiro Oda. I hope I pronounced that right. And just a fantastic show. It's been going on for years now. Over 1,000 episodes long, 1,000 chapters long. And I am really, really into the anime. Not so much into manga. I do not read a lot of manga. There's so many books that I have to read. So if I tried to read all the manga as well, I'd probably be an old man by now. But maybe one day I would love to read the manga and see the differences and stuff like that. Because I'm not opposed to reading manga. I just already have enough books. But I did pick up the anime back in 2020 when we hit COVID, started watching it on Netflix. Loved it. It was really great. There's some parts in the beginning of the East Blue arc that was kind of slow for me and really hard to get by. But I quickly moved past that and was really invested in it and started watching it full bore until I ran out of stuff on Netflix because it only got to the end of the Alabasta arc back then. So then I had to go to the internet to try and find more episodes, and I finally got tired of my the internet sites that I could watch it for free giving viruses to my computer. So I decided that I would break down and finally buy a Funimation subscription. This is the first time I had bought a Funimation subscription, and it really got me into anime and as a whole. Like, there's so many great anime shows I've watched since getting Funimation, and then Crunchyroll by extension, because I do have Crunchyroll because of the merger. And I'm really hoping that one day they will move the Funimation dub of One Piece over to Crunchyroll so I can get rid of my Funimation account. But that'd be a whole nother video, so we're not going to go into that. But One Piece is really great. Like I said, it got me into a lot of different animes because it was just such a great adventure. I'm particularly a dub person, which I might get a lot of boos in the room. I just personally, to me, I like dub better. I'm okay waiting for the dub to come out. It is what it is, and I understand why people love sub, and all power to you. I just personally rather listen to it in my native language, so that's what I like. And so I am current with One Piece. We're at episode 9, somewhere 960, I think. Starting the Kozuki Oden saga of events in the Wano arc. It's been amazing. I watched the show full bore, and I think when I finally ran out of dub episodes, I was in the Punk Hazard arc. So it probably took me about a couple months. Like I said, it got me through the first year of COVID, really, and then I finally ran out of dub episodes and had to start waiting for the dubs to release, which has been really great because I get 12 episodes a month, which is just a blast, right? So it just and I kind of sometimes, depending on how how I'm going with life and other things, I just inhale them in a day, basically. Or sometimes it takes me a couple days, which is, all right, because, spreads it out. So, no, I really love the show, and it has such a great and overwhelmingly intense story. You come at this from the opinion of, it's an anime and stuff like that, and anime tropes and all this stuff. But the story has just a deep underbelly to it, I find. Just a deeper meaning just hidden beneath the surface, which is really fitting because most of the story is done on the sea, and the sea has always been that kind of thing that we don't really understand. There's more to it under the surface. So I really think that that's fitting because it kind of how Oda designs his story is that there's more to the story than you realize, and you find that out later on. It's a great story that follows the adventures of one Monkey D. Luffy and his goal to build a crew and become the king of the pirates. Now, it's a great show about friendship and adventures and being free, and just some really powerful moments. if you're thinking about getting into the show and you find it slow in the first chapter, I really would say, just bear with it, because I found the same thing too. I found in the first East Blue arc that some of the storylines were overly long. I found Usopp's storyline overly long. I found Sanji's overly long. I think they could have been shortened quite a bit. Zoro's was fine. I think it was only like 2 or 3 episodes. But yeah, I think they extended some of the crew's joinings to be just a little bit longer than it really needed to be. Nami's arc was perfect. That was a beautiful way to finish off that whole East Blue arc. And I know there's other stuff after that, but it really kind of encapsulated the East Blue arc. And then we basically had them moving on to their adventure in the Grand Line. So I would say that if you're having trouble getting past the first part, as soon as you get into the Grand Line, I find that the story really picks up, and it's just really full, and it just kind of draws you in and makes you kind of keep moving and moving on with the journey. Now, One Piece is an amazing story. Like I said, the crew is just so well done, and I just can't wait for more dub. I'm always like, okay, how many weeks has it been since the last one? Has it been 5 weeks yet? Am I going to see the new one? And it's really great because, like, even after 1,000 episodes, I'm still so super invested in the story and in the characters. I watched Fairy Tail on Netflix back in the day, and then ended up watching, because Fairy Tail only had like 48 episodes on Netflix. I ended up watching the rest of it on either DVD or on the internet, and that show was amazing to me as well. And I actually kind of thought, like, man, I've watched 200 episodes of this. I don't think I'll ever watch an anime that long. Well, I don't think I'll ever watch another anime as long as One Piece, because I highly doubt that they'll ever make one as long as One Piece, at least not in my lifetime. But 1,000 episodes in, and I'm still amazed by the things that Oda does and the connections he makes later on and the things you learn about characters. So it's an amazingly well done story that's always unfolding with new possibilities, and it's something I really, really love. And it is probably one of the highlights of my month when we get a new dub, and I can't wait to see more of it. We got some cool things coming with One Piece. We have the live action coming in August, which I'm really hoping they do it justice, because I know people do not like live action adaptations a lot. I know the Cowboy Bebop one was not received well, and I understand why, because they didn't honor the source material. So I'm hoping they honor the source material and really basically make something that would, Oda would tip his hat to. And one of the things I think about live action is that you get these Hollywood directors and they kind of think, well, we're in the big leagues, we can do it better. And it's like, no, you can't do it better, because you didn't write this. You didn't write this story that millions of people watched and loved and decided that they were fans of. You didn't write that. You're taking that and you're trying to adapt it in a way that is relevant to real life, which is absolutely fine. But if you don't honor where that came from, you ended up, pushing the fans away, making them upset, and just making a lackluster product. And then people won't remember it as anything but a mistake. And they won't remember your work as anything but a mistake. And that's, just how things go, unfortunately. I like how they break down the episodes in Wiki too. If you look here, they give the, how many episodes per kind of really section of the show. East Blue, it was 61 episodes. You had them entering the Grand Line and finding Chopper. Alabasta, that was a bit of a long one. You had some small ones. Skypiea is another one that I really like Skypiea, but there's certain moments that I find were a little bit boring, and the length of it kind of drew me out. And then same with the Escape Marine Fortress and the Foxy Pirates crew. That one was a little bit more of a difficult one to get through. It was a fun and charming and funny and just kind of things like that, but it wasn't like crucial to the storyline. Whereas when you get into Water 7 and Enies Lobby, they're just such an amazing part of the story and just super important. Same with Thriller Bark. And pretty much everything after that is just super important to the storyline and keeps going down here. And you see like it gets longer and longer. You know, Marineford, Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, Dressrosa gets 118 episodes for just Dressrosa. Zhao's pretty small. Whole Cake Island's another 100 episodes. Wano is 174 episodes, and that's not finished yet. We have not finished Wano yet, in the anime anyways. The manga has finished it and has moved on to the Whole Cake Island arc, but Wano has been a huge arc with so much going on. Like, I think it's got the biggest flashback section of all, because I think Kazuki Oden's flashbacks are at least a whole dub plus a couple episodes. So it's like 12 to 16 episodes of flashback just for Oden's backstory. And then there's other smaller flashback scenes in other episodes that might either be connected to the ones that they're dubbing right now or not connected at all. So that is a lot, right? So One Piece, and it aired, back in October of 1999. So I was 9 years old. So it's been going for 20 plus years. So an amazing, run, over 1,000 episodes, just huge. Games, video games, merchandise, so much stuff on One Piece. Bandai just did a One Piece card game. And I was interested in that, being that I play the Digimon card game, which is also by Bandai. But I decided to opt out because, one card game breaks the bank enough. But, I mean, it's a popular game that's picking up support because how important One Piece is. There's so many good films, too, One Piece films that are... I don't know if any of them are considered canon, but a lot of them aren't. But they're still really great stories that just add to the overall thing. And I think, honestly, I wish some of them were canon. Like, I wish Strong World was canon, because I think that is a really cool story. And I actually can't wait to see Film Red when it comes out to dub. I don't know when that's going to happen. It might already be out, but I know it came out in November, and it'd be cool to see Film Red with Uta, which is Shanks' daughter. We've got so many good characters. We have the different crewmates here. You can see the different crewmates of Luffy. Of course, there is Zoro, Sanji, Robin, Nami, Usopp, Brook, and Frankie, and Chopper. And we will be getting Jinbei in the crew soon in the Wano arc. So officially going to have Jinbei as part of the crew. And a lot of people speculate that we will have, maybe one or two more crew members by the time the story ends. I think a lot of people think Yamato would be an amazing crew member to add to the story, and maybe that would be very cool. I know there's a kind of honorary crew members that, not really crew members, but people who are always like, part of the One Piece, the Straw Hat family, like Vivi from Alabasta. I would say some of the other princesses too might encapsulate that, but none more so than Vivi. It's a great story. Every time you see the Straw Hat on screen, it's just a bundle full of laughs and smiles, and I am actually really excited for the live adaptation because I think that the casting is pretty sweet. I think they've done a great job. I said I did a video of the reaction to the live action trailer, and I love how like unnatural Zoro's hair looks, but it also looks really cool. Same with the gum powers that Luffy has, look kind of unnatural, but I think that's perfect for that kind of ability he has, that gum fruit that's super stretching. So I'm excited to see what happens in this live action adaptation. I'm excited to see, and I hope they do it well, because I think that it's going to be really, really cool. And I don't know, like there's like a lot of different pictures. That's like a different style one, but it'll be interesting to see, all the different characters and their stories play out, and see how well they do in comparison to the anime. Will they do it justice? Will they, struggle a bit? It looks really good. It looks like it's going to be a really fun series. And, it's one other thing that'll, keep me tied over while I wait for more dubs to come out. And we'll see if the live action gets more than one season, if they kind of break into the story, if we see other, like, because right now I have no idea how they would do Chopper. Like, absolutely no idea. Brooke's easy. Frankie's probably not too hard. Robin obviously is easy. I'm actually excited. Like I don't know how they do Chopper, but right now I'm like, I don't even know how they do Arlong, because Arlong's pretty early in the story. Like, Jinbei is way into the story, but Arlong is pretty early into the story. So it'd be cool to see Fishmen and see how they do that, because that will be really cool as well. So I'm actually hoping to see Nami's arc, because it'll be interesting to see how they do the Fishmen. I think they'll be really, really scary and really, like, kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean-ish, which would be really cool. But no, as always, with this kind of discussion video, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Leave comments. Tell me if One Piece is something you like, if you've ever heard of it, if you think you want to get into it. Because if you have concerns and stuff like that, I can answer questions and stuff like that. I'm not a super One Piece knowledgeable fan. Like, I know a lot of stuff. Like, I've watched all the episodes. I'm actually rewatching it with my wife now, because she really likes the show too. She used to kind of hear me watch it, and we decided we'd rewatch it together. So I'm kind of rewatching, and when you rewatch things, you catch things that you missed the first time, which is always cool, because it gives you a broader perspective, especially now. Something that was like super vague earlier on makes sense because of something you found out later down the road. So everything has deeper meaning the second time round, which is always really cool. So that's something I really enjoy about it. And we also have, I think we're only halfway, well, not even halfway. I think we're somewhere in the 400s. So we got a long way to go to get caught up where I am. And, just watching it slowly as we can. But it's just such a great story, and I'm looking forward to seeing more dub. I'm looking forward to watching it through again. It's something that I can do again and again and again. I can do it with my sons when they grow up and they get more into anime, if they like that kind of stuff. My son actually, he'll watch it with us, but he doesn't really pay attention. But he doesn't call it One Piece. He calls it King of the Pirates, which is actually really cute. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, no, guys, if this is something that interests you, if you're already into One Piece, drop a comment down below. Tell us what is your favorite thing about One Piece, and tell us what you look forward to with the future of One Piece. Are you looking forward to the live action adaptation? Are you looking forward to the games that come off of it and stuff like that, or new movies, or the dub? Do you watch subbed? Do you watch dubbed? What's your favorite thing? The reason we do these videos, these fandom forums, is to get a deeper understanding and look into the things that is really important to me as a content creator, things that I really enjoy. And maybe in the future we'll do another fandom forum on other animes that I really like, because I watched One Piece and because I got into services like Funimation and Crunchyroll. So with all that said, looks like that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. And that's all for now, folks.